Hello and welcome to today's webinar, SelectPro Online, Sizing, Selection, and Ordering Made Simple. Today we have Danielle Kaminsky presenting to us. My name is Ron Pilkowitz and I'll be your moderator today. Because we know you will want to watch this webinar again, it will be recorded and posted to Belimo's YouTube site. And we will have a question and answer session at the end of this presentation, and Danielle would like to answer your questions for you. So please, at any time, I invite you to type your questions into the question box and I will read them aloud during the question and answer session. Danielle will answer as many questions as she has time for. And if we don't get to your question, please rest assured you will receive an answer via email. I'd now like to turn this presentation right over to Danielle. Thank you, Danielle.
Good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time zone you're in. My name's Danielle, as Ron had mentioned, and I'm just going to be going over SelectPro Online with you guys today. There we go. So anybody that's familiar with SelectPro here at Belimo, we always had an offline version and we had an online version as well, but it was a little antiquated and it was a separate website that we offered this online SelectPro on. Moving forward, April 17th, we went live with SelectPro Online and it's now integrated into the Belimo website, which is great and very helpful for a lot of people who want to size select and then just place the order. SelectPro Offline has been around for many years. The computer screen on the left is what it looks like when you open it. It's a downloaded application onto your computers. It has 6 modules: actuators, valves, retrofit, piping packages, the quick quote module, and a sensors module. You can find SelectPro Offline on the Belimo.com website underneath support at the top. Then you choose the tools link, sizing and selection tools, and it's the first tool that we offer on the web page. Now you'll see that it's broken up into downloaded Belimo SelectPro or the visit Belimo SelectPro Online. You would choose this link right here. It's an MSI file. It would download and then you'd be able to open it on your computer and it automatically updates as Belimo pushes out new releases of the tool. Just a little comparison, what we're offering for SelectPro Online, the new SelectPro Online versus what we offer on SelectPro Offline. And that's the 6 modules that I spoke about previously: valves, actuators, sensors, retrofit, piping packages. Currently in the new SelectPro Online, we only have the valves and actuators. A key difference between the actuators module is that now we're including fire and smoke actuators, where in the offline module, this is in process and it's not released yet. Sensors will be coming as well as retrofit later this year. Some other things for people who are familiar with SelectPro Offline is that you're able to save your schedule. Well, in the new SelectPro Online, we refer to this as a project list. So these are just some differences that I wanted to point out to you guys before I start the live demonstration, just to get the terminology down. You still are able to export to Excel, where in the offline version, it would be underneath File, Export to Excel, or down below in the buttons, Excel Download is an option. In SelectPro Online, there is an Excel export as well. It's just called Save to Excel. A big thing that a lot of our customers love about SelectPro Offline is that when you put together a schedule, you go ahead and you size and select your valves, your actuators, your sensors, and you put a schedule together. You have this great option of choosing the media download button, which then creates a zip file of all the media associated with any of the projects in your schedule. The data sheets, the installation instructions, the product images. And the zip file allows you to take that along with the schedule and email it along to whoever needs to receive it. And they'll be able to see all the different technical data that goes with the products that you sized and put into your schedule. Now, with SelectPro Online, you're still able to download all those documents. It's just a little different. Finding it and navigating to it is not as maybe clear as it is in the offline version, because everything's in one screen in the offline version. So that's something else I'm going to take you through for this live demo, But I wanted to put this screenshot here for everybody that's going to be getting the recorded webinar so they could go back and refer to this image if they ever wanted to find how to download all of their documents. So now we're going to go into the live demo. Let me just take a second. And here we go. So this is belimo.com. It's going to automatically update to wherever your location is, Canada, US, etc. And up at the top, you'll see we have products and support, about us and contact us, but that won't apply here. So the easiest way to find SelectPro Online, you're looking for that specifically, you're going to go to support, you're going to go to tools, and if you click on the tools page, you'll see that Belimo SelectPro is the first tool that's offered here. As I mentioned before, you can download it right here by this link, or you can choose visit Belimo SelectPro Online, and these are the two modules that we have currently, valves and actuators. And then when sensors and retrofit are added, they'll show after these two links. So you can visit this way just by clicking on the link, and it'll open the landing page for the valves, sizing, and selection. Now, if you go underneath products, you'll also see the options at the top of the list, SelectPro Online actuators or SelectPro Online valves. Once again, when sensors and retrofit is added, their links will show at the top of their menu drop downs as well. So if we click on valves, it's going to bring us here. The flow is going to be from a top to a bottom. So if you know you need pressure independent or pressure dependent, you can go ahead and choose it. If you know what valve type you need, you're familiar with our products, you know you want a ball valve, a butterfly valve, globe, CCV, zone, or energy valve and PIV valves, you can go ahead and choose them as well. I'm going to choose a pressure dependent valve. You'll see that the pressure independent valves were grayed out, and the only ones left are the pressure dependent valves. I'm going to go ahead and pick a two-way. I'm going to choose on off as my control. I'm going to put in a GPN of 20. If you don't know what your max differential pressure is, we always recommend just putting in 4. And then over here, it automatically calculates what it is. I'm going to choose go to valve parameters, which will allow me to continue to choose different technical attributes for the valves that'll help continually filter what valves are best for my application needs. I'm going to choose a 1-inch body size. I want a stainless steel valve. And as you see, just by entering 1, 2, 3 attributes, it already narrowed it down to these 2 different glow valves. I'm going to say I want this guy right here. Choose matching actuator. By choosing this button, it'll go ahead and open the actuator attributes. So you can do the same thing, filter through to bring the list smaller and smaller and see what you actually need. So right here we see an LVKB and an LVKX. So if you want the actuator exactly how it comes, we're going to choose the B. If you want to configure it a little bit, we'll choose the X. I'm going to choose the X. You're going to click add to schedule, and it's going to drop it down here. Once it's in your schedule, and you decide, okay, this is the valve assembly that I want, I'm ready to purchase it, we're going to choose this little checkbox right here. And if you had 10 valves, you can choose all of them. If you only wanted to add 2 of the 10 valves to your cart, you could do that as well. You don't have to add all of them. And then from here, you have a couple options. Add the select products to a cart. Okay, I'm ready to buy them. I'm ready to purchase them. Add select products to a project list. So if you have a login with belimo.com, which anybody can sign up for one, then what you can do is add this to a project list that you could refer to later on. If you're not ready to purchase these items yet and you're still working on your project list, you can add them to a project list. You can save your project list. So I have an active one, SelectPro test. I'm going to add it to that project list. You can create a new one, you can manage all different projects, and then you can view the list. Oops. Okay. So I had added two other products earlier today, but the one we just added was the G225S. Now you will, in SelectPro Offline, you configure your products in the schedule within SelectPro. But now that SelectPro is on the website, you're going to configure your projects in your basket. So it's saying I have to finish configuring my products. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to say I want normally open, fail open. I'm going to complete it. Now my basket's all set. I can go ahead and check out. I can decide, you know what, I'm not ready to check out yet. I want to save this as a project list. Or you can empty your cart and close the project if you want to go back and start from scratch. Now, what I mentioned earlier about the media download is underneath actions, you're going to have a couple different options. You can export your cart as a CSV file into Excel. You can import a BEL file, which is a SelectPro Offline file. So if you already did a lot of work in SelectPro Offline, but now you want to bring it into the website, you're going to want to place an order, maybe add a couple new products, then you can import that BEL file. So they do work hand in hand, SelectPro Offline, and now the new SelectPro Online, which is really nice. Or you can choose the download all documents. And you'll see at the bottom of my screen, I believe you can see it, it says cart documents, and it's a zip file. So when this is all set downloading and you open it, it would be all these three products, their images, their data sheets, and their installation instructions, which is great. If we go back up to products, we'll take a look at the actuators module. Now in SelectPro Offline, you'll see these same actuators at the top for filter by actuator type. The difference is when you choose on a fire and smoke actuator, it's going to pop up saying, please contact Belimo technical support to size and select a fire and smoke actuator. Because in the past, we hadn't had them in SelectPro Offline. With the new SelectPro Online, we added all the data for the fire and smoke actuators, and now we can size and select them within SelectPro. So we'll be looking to add that to the offline version as well. But you can go through and you'll see as you start adding the technical information, some formulas are being ran in the background. As you continue to it's a little windy at my house today. I think the Wi-Fi is a little slow. I apologize. But it's the same scenario as the valve module. As you enter the technical information, the products that Belimo is recommending that would fit your application needs continue to update. Okay, here we go. So I choose my voltage. I'm going to choose my running time. And it'll just keep updating to show you the narrowed results on what product best fits your needs. I'm going to choose this guy, add him to my schedule, and it's the same options that we saw in the valve module. We can add it to our cart, we can add it to our project list, we could save it to Excel, or we can save the BEL file. I'm going to add this to my cart. And here we go right here. We can add tagging. Here's the download. So any of the media downloads associated with this project, if you clicked on this, that would open that as well. Or we can do the actions again and download all documents. So while I have you guys listening to me on this webinar, I wanted to go over some of the upcoming releases that we have. So the way SelectPro works, the way Sales Tools works, is we look to do timed releases every year. We look to about 2 of them, big releases, new features, fixing any bigger bugs, receiving feedback from our sales managers and our customers, always trying to do better, to offer more, and to be more efficient. So a couple things we have coming down the line is SelectPro Offline. We'll be having a 5.5 release. Our current version of SelectPro Offline is 5.0. So coming next would be SelectPro Offline 5.5. And in that, like I had mentioned, we're looking to add the fire and smoke actuators to the damper actuator module. We're also going to be adding zone type clip settings. This isn't something that we currently have in SelectPro Offline. We do have it in SelectPro Online, but we will be looking to add this as well. We're going to be updating the sensors module to have more competitor data and additional filtering options to help narrow that search even more. We're going to update all the accessories in SelectPro to make sure that every product that you choose has the most relevant accessories applicable to that product. The butterfly valve's 3-way configuration is going to be getting a little more detailed, and some of the module navigation is going to have additional buttons so that you don't have to hit the drop down at the top to find your module. It'll be already on screen. They'll be static, they won't be moving, and you'll be able to flip back and forth, toggle back and forth between the modules more easily. SelectPro Online, we're looking to come out with a sensors module and a retrofit module. And we're going to be updating the layout a little bit. We wanted to get SelectPro Online on our website to help all of our customers. It was a great need. So we released it and it's wonderful, but we have received feedback already about how we can make the look and feel, the interface of it a little more intuitive. So we're working on that as well. That'll be coming. And then I believe Ron was going to read me your questions so that we can maybe look at something else or I can answer them for you. And then anything that we don't get to today, always feel free to email me. My email is danielle.kaminsky@us.belimo.com and I will get back to you. I will say screenshots are the best thing I can ask for. So if you're ever looking at something and it doesn't look right, or you want a little more information on it, if you're getting an error message, if you send me the screenshot, I could better troubleshoot and help you work through those issues.
Thank you, Danielle. We do have some questions that have come through. The first one, why would someone use the online version versus the offline version?
So the offline version's awesome and we will not be getting rid of it, but the online version's great because as you saw, you can size select and then add it to your cart. You can add things to your cart that you already know that you need, and then maybe in some scenarios, you do need to size and select. You're not 100% sure what product best fits your needs. So you can do that on the website and then add it directly to the cart rather than having to go to the offline version and then import it into the online version to place your order.
Thank you. Are there plans to create a SelectPro app?
We have looked into this a couple times actually, and SelectPro has so many formulas in the background that help us drive the tool to give you the correct suggestion for the product that you need, and it's too heavy to make into an app. So we aren't looking to create an app, but we do have some other sales tools that are offered as apps to help you in the field.
Okay. Is the clip settings fee automatically included in the price when a clip position is set, similar to the way that the tagging fee is handled?
Yes. So as soon as if you were to add a tag to a product, it's automatically going to add that charge, the $12 charge. And if you were to add the clip setting or choose a clip setting, it's going to do the same thing. So it's already rolled into the price. You won't have to remember to add it. It won't be a separate line item.
Okay. Will this calculate and show the CV with the piping correction factor?
I believe that it does, but I am not 100% sure. So I do want to double check on that, Ron, and respond back to whomever asked this question, just so that I am 100% sure in my answer.
Okay. Does SelectPro easily show the accessories associated for a selected device?
It does. So the online version has the most updated accessory list, but the offline version does need an update. So that's what we're looking to do for this next release, the 5.5 release, to really make sure we're giving you the most accurate accessories that go with that product.
Okay. Is it possible to manually enter a product I want to purchase if I already know the configuration?
I believe that even if you know the product, you'll still have to choose that button in the cart that says choose your configuration. There's no way to enter a reorder number that would automatically set that configuration for you. I believe you're still going to have to select it in the cart.
Okay. Do you know if they plan to include the water butterfly valves D series in SelectPro?
The D series, I am not 100% sure what those even are. Currently, all butterfly valves are offered in SelectPro, unless I'm unaware of this D series. So that's something I'll check with our product manager, Joseph Carcare, and I can get back to you.
Okay. Can the document types be customized to only load product data sheets?
If you go into the offline version, no, it's going to choose everything that is associated with that product. In the online version, you can choose, instead of doing it within the cart, you can go to the download center and then there choose the data sheets that you want. You don't have to choose all of the images and technical installation instructions.
Okay. This one's a little bit long, but I think it'll make sense when I read the whole thing. It says, when selecting actuator parameters, many parameters have options but do not have a none or no option. For example, when selecting a damper actuator, if end switches are not desired, the dropdown only allows you to select the switch type, not to exclude actuators with switches.
I see the point. That's a very good point, actually, because I believe the logic was that, well, you just don't choose anything if you don't want one with the switch. But this webinar attendee made a very good point that maybe you want to exclude all switch options as well. So I'm actually going to take down that feedback, and that would be a great thing to implement for our next release.
Okay. Will the offline SelectPro latest revision continue to have the select custom attributes?
Yes, we will not be getting rid of that. That's the big help for a lot of people who do custom exports from SelectPro Offline.
Okay. A couple more have come in. Can we enter a manual selection like we do in the offline app? Enter something directly.
Yes, so we didn't include that. The decision was made to not include that in SelectPro Online because you already are on the website. So you could just go up to the search bar at the top of the web page, like you would just search for anything on the website, type in the product name, and then just add it to the cart.
Okay, we have one more question that's come in. Is the program working for Steam?
Yes, yes it is. That would be underneath fluid, I believe, fluid type, and you could choose water, steam, or potable water now is a new option for our potable water valves.
Excellent. That's all that's come in so far. So I want to thank Danielle for giving this presentation, and to everyone for attending. If you think of any questions after today's webinar, you can email myself at training@us.belimo.com, and I will be sure to get the questions to Danielle and she will answer you. Please remember to follow Belimo on social media, as you'll be aware of all the latest trends and updates. And again, I want to thank everyone for attending. Just as a reminder, we will have our next webinar on May 26th for a discussion with Larry Felker on the technical details of fire and smoke damper actuator replacements. Thanks again, and everyone have a great rest of your day.